I want to welcome everyone to this lecture, to the first unit of sales and marketing course. Sales and marketing. Let's delve into in detail of what sales and marketing is. In beginning, you understand to say that this course is one of the most important courses, especially for those that are in business. If you are in business, you understand to say selling or you knowing how to sell a product is one of the most skills which you need. One of the very important skills which you need as a salesperson, or if at all you are in any business. Because without making sales, you find that that business may not actually do well. But now let's look at marketing. What this whole concept or what this whole course is all about. This unit will introduce you to the key concepts of what marketing is and what really goes about in this particular course. So you understand to say that marketing is a process. So it also outlines the elements constituting the marketing process to enable you appreciate that marketing is a deliberate plan. Marketing is a deliberate plan. So you don't just wake up and say, I'm marketing. You need to sit down and plan. This is what this unit is going to introduce you. So you understand by the end of the lesson that marketing is all about planning. You need to make some plan for you on how you are going to do your marketing. So it follows certain procedures which you need to do. So it goes on to elaborate the marketing mix that is considered as a marketer's toolkit because it contains elements on which customer understanding is based. The marketing mix. This is the what is constituted in the marketing process. Everything which is contained in there. That is the marketing mix. We are going to understand as we go on. So this is what this whole concept is, or this what in this whole course, this is what you are going to learn. So by the end of the lesson, it is anticipated that by introducing you to the marketing concepts, you will develop a complete understanding of how marketing influences the customer's choice and enables company to focus on the customers as the most important element in the business. So by the end of this session or the lecture, you will be able to know that customers actually, they are very much important in as much as you do your marketing or as you do your business. Let's look at the objective. What are the objectives for this particular unit? So the first objective is to identify the fundamental principles of marketing, define the marketing concept, and identify its key components and limitations. The third one is to compare a selling orientation and a marketing orientation. How do these two concepts differ? The fourth one, which happens to be the last one, is to describe how an effective marketing mix is designed. How an effective marketing mix. This is a toolkit, as I stated earlier, that it's a toolkit for a marketer. You need this. This is more like your tool. So let's now go into details of what marketing is. Hope most of you would have at some point or even now you are still confused of what marketing is. Sometimes you may be tempted to think that marketing, it simply means selling. Selling, that is exchanging goods and services with money. That is what marketing is. Or maybe marketing is all about advertising. when you see somebody's advertising, there's no his marketing, he's good, or marketing is all about just advertising. I think maybe some of you, this is what you think, but the truth is that marketing, these issues of selling and advertising, these are just parts of marketing. They are more like, if it was in mathematics, we would say they are subsets of marketing. So marketing is broad. Selling and advertising, those are just parts of marketing. So marketing, it affects almost every aspect of your daily life. The choices you make to buy goods, the choices you make to listen even to some TV programs, or to tune to radio stations, all those are affected, or they're dependent on the type of marketing which are done on those programs. So it affects almost your day-to-day life. Excuse me. So that is what marketing does. So in the process of providing all these choices, marketing, it drives organization to focus on what it takes to satisfy you as a customer. So marketing, it exists through exchange. So you'll find that when we talk about the exchange, it is just the act or the process of receiving something from someone by giving something in return. When you exchange your money, I mean, when you buy something, you are exchanging your money with that particular thing. Let's say maybe you're buying a vegetable. For you to give the marketeer, for the marketeer to give you the vegetable, you need to give them the money, which is worthy that particular or those vegetables. So this exchange, that's how marketing exists. So it exists through the exchange of that. Without the exchange of money, you can say that may not be marketing, though marketing is broad, because as we go on, you understand to say that there are profit and non-profit organizations. All those organizations, they still use marketing. So it's not just the exchange, but it exists through that. So exchange, the issue of exchanging exchanging the money and the goods, that is not just restricted to objects, but even ideas or places, services, or even money. It is also included in the issue of exchange. For example, when you register to this program, for you to learn on this platform or to study on this platform, you had to pay money to this institution. After you had paid the money, and then you were offered the lessons, or you are offered the lessons. So for you to gain knowledge, there is this exchange of money. We are exchanging something for something. That is part of marketing. So even when you decide to travel, maybe you are deciding to travel from here to a certain place, I mean from Lusaka to Ndola, or from Lusaka to Chipata, you need to give the bus operators some money for them to allow you to jump on their bus for you to be transported to that particular place. So it is only if you are able to exchange that, that's when you will be able to be allowed. So if at all you are not satisfied by what you are being offered, you find that you may not be able to give out your money. So your money is more like, it's equivalent to the value of the thing which you are consuming. So that happiness, the happiness is what is referred in marketing as satisfaction. So if you are not satisfied by the service or the product, you may not be able to give out the money, or you decide to go and consume another product. but it's because you are satisfied, or the service or the product which you are getting, it is of good value. That's why you are able to give out your money. So your money is more like equivalent to the value which you get. So now that happiness is what we call as a satisfaction in marketing. In economics, they call this utility. The satisfaction which is derived from consuming a good. That's what they call utility. But in marketing, we are going just to call it that satisfaction, that happiness you get when you consume that good or when you get the services. So the objective of exchange is for all parties in the exchange to feel satisfied and gain something of value. If there is no value, or if at all one party feels to not satisfied, you find that they will not be able to agree to the agreement of exchanging. So the moment you agree, you'll be able to do the exchange. If the other person is not satisfied, they won't be able. So that entails you that the notion of customer satisfaction as a central pillar in marketing is fundamental to the creation of a stream of exchange upon which commercial success depends. So it's the issue of customers being satisfied. This is where this is the target for each and every company if it is intended to succeed in that particular business. If at all they're unable to satisfy the customers, they may not be able to succeed in the long run, because customers, they can only consume over and over the goods which satisfy them. So marketing, therefore, it is responsible for delivering satisfaction for customers' needs. It must be remembered, however, that you as a person or the organization which is performing the marketing activity to deliver satisfaction, they make a profit, hence need for exchange. You as a person, when you'll be employed or as you do your business, in this case, let me take it as maybe if at all you are employed by an organization, for that person who is doing the marketing job, if the institution will feel that there is no need, they're not satisfied with the services of that marketer, you'll find that they may not be able to pay that marketer, or they will lay out that they'll lay off that particular person. And even you, if at all the job which you have been employed for as a marketer, you feel you are not actually being paid for, or your services, there are more, what you are doing is much more than what you are being paid for. You may demand for some more extra money, or you quit the job. So you see that exchange. That is part of, that is how marketing exists. But now, what exactly is marketing? We have been just talking about this marketing, but we haven't yet defined what marketing really is. So the definition of marketing or marketing is defined as the performance of activity that seek to accomplish an organization's objective by anticipating customer or client needs and directing a flow of needs satisfying goods and services from producers to customer or client. So marketing is just those activities which you do to anticipate customer or client's need. So mark these words: the activities which are done to or by anticipating. How? It is by anticipating, more like predicting what the customer or client need. And then after you have identified the need, and then you go on by advising this organization or the producer to particular those goods which will meet these needs. That's why it is saying here that by directing a flow of need satisfying goods and services from who you advise the producer to produce a certain particular good, so that you channel that these goods and services from producers to customers or clients. So that is marketing. So marketing, it is not just all about selling or advertising. It is broad. It starts actually way back before even the issue of advertise. It starts even way back before the production is even made. Unfortunately, most of the people, they think that selling, that is just marketing, or it's a synonym for marketing. Yet selling is just actually part of marketing. So in essence, when marketing defines, it talks about anticipating customers or client needs. This refers that to any business or organization to begin with, understanding the needs of the customer first before producing anything. So they need to first understand what the customers would need before actually even the production is done for them to be successful. So from there, we're going to jump to, as I said, it is important for you to know that marketing applies both to profit and the non-profit organization. When we talk of profit organization or a profit entity, we are talking of things like, or those that are in business. For example, the cantemba, the kiosk you see around your yards or in your compound. Those are examples of profit firms. They are doing that to any profit. That's the primary purpose. And then for those that would fall under the non-profit organization like churches. So churches, they fall under the non-profit organization. They fall under the non-profit organization. In as much as they fall under the non-profit organization, but for them to drive the members, to attract more members to come to their churches, they use the marketing skills. They use marketing to do that. So let's look at the marketing processes. So marketing, as I stated earlier, is not a once-off kind of thing, like the way we would call advertising, that maybe you are actually doing the advertising. So marketing is a process. So the strategic marketing process puts all pieces together so that everything you do contributes to the success of your business. So rather than executing haphazard activities and ideas, developing a solid plan that weaves goals and tactics into seamless experience is essential. Instead of just waking up or doing things in a disorganized manner, for marketing, it needs you to plan for that particular process so that everything that you do, they will be of value. So marketing, it involves deliberate planned activities that are well thought and formally structured. So the main thing you should understand here is that marketing is a process and it needs planning. So the strategic marketing process is a deliberate series of steps to help you identify and reach your goals. These we are talking about deliberate processes, meaning you need to sit down deliberately, arrange. So the steps to a successful strategic marketing process involve analyzing the opportunities in the market, selection of target market, the development of marketing mix, and the management of the marketing effort. So let's look at the marketing process itself. So below here is the figure that shows the marketing process, but what is involved in the marketing process? The marketing process are these things which have said here. So the marketing process, what is involved there is the mission. You need to identify what your mission is. What's your calling? After you have identified your mission, like what you are intending to do, you come to the situation analysis. Identify what is the problem in that particular field of yours. So just to get back a bit, when we talk of the mission as the first step, the mission is what is your purpose? What is your calling in life? Because we understand that there are a lot of problems. There are a lot of businesses which exist in this world or in this country. So it's not possible for you to be found that you do all the businesses. No. What are you up to? What are you into? Are you in the music industry? Are you a singer? Or maybe you are into spiritual things. I mean, religion. Is it religion? Like maybe you are a pastor? Or maybe you are in the fashion industry? Or maybe you are in the education sector? Or maybe you are in the health sector? So you have first to identify what is your calling. If at all you are in the health sector, then you go on in the second step. After you have identified your mission, your calling, you go to situation analysis. The situation analysis, this is where now you go on the ground to find out what are the needs for this particular problem. What are the problems which exist in this particular area? After you have done that, and then you look for, oh, I've identified a need, or there is, for every problem, it's a business opportunity, or there's an opportunity to every problem. That's what they say. So after you have identified a problem, and then you bring in the solution, okay? My solution to this problem is this, and that becomes a business for you. So after you have known your calling, find out the problems. After you have found out the problems, then you go on now. How are you going to strategize? What will be your marketing strategies for you to reach out, or for you to be able to deliver your services? Then we come to marketing mix. Marketing mix is the fourth process, or fourth step in the marketing process. So in the marketing mix, I'm going to explain this further as we go. You are going to understand, but it's everything which constitutes the marketing, or which is there in the marketing. Like, what are the ingredients in this marketing? What are the things which are involved in the marketing? And then after that, we come to the implementation and control. You now go and do the action itself of selling or making sure that the good is delivered to those customers. So know for sure that the diagram, it was just for demonstration purpose. So let's talk about the marketing mix. The marketing mix. So marketing mix is a foundation model for business. It is a combination of factors that can be controlled by a company to influence customers' purchase in its business. So by definition, marketing mix is a set of marketing tools that the firm uses to pursue its marketing objectives in the target market. So this concept is very much simple. And just think of any common mix. Let's say maybe a cake mix. So all cakes, they contain eggs, milk, flour, sugar, and other ingredients which may be found. But these are the core main ingredients which are found. So if at all you want to utter, or rather maybe to produce a certain certain taste for this particular cake, you may just utter in the ingredients. If you want a sweet cake, you increase the sugar. So that's how it is even with the marketing mix, because these are ingredients which are included in the ingredients or the elements which are in the marketing. What you simply do, if at all you want maybe to increase in the production, you increase the production or the inputs which are the production side. If you want to increase the sales, you know you have to deal with the consultants, or rather the agents, or rather maybe increasing the promotions and everything. So it's all about just which part would you want to deal with if you are to improve on something. So marketing mix is also made up of a set of tools that a marketer needs to blend in order to achieve successful results. In the case of marketing, the marketing mix refers to the 4 broad levels of marketing decisions. These 4 broad levels, you need to be very sure about them. You need to understand them, because this is where marketing actually really lies. There we talk of the product, the price, and the promotion. These are the 4 basic tools that form the marketer's toolkit. But they are not just, these are not just limited to these 4. We are not just limited to these 4 toolkit, because the world has evolved. There is another industry, like those who are in the coming of the service industry. You'll find that there are other elements which have been added to, other than the product, price, promotion, and the place. There are other 3 more which have been added, which are the people, process, and physical evidence. So they make up to the 7 P's, which constitute the marketing mix. So these 7 P's, these are the key decision area that marketers must manage so that they satisfy or exceed customers' need better than a competition. So you need to understand these 7 P's, because everything evolves on this. When you produce a particular product, everything hinges on this. So the emphasis on these elements of the mix will vary depending on the product or service which is being offered. For example, those who are in the for example, a company manufacturing a vehicle will focus on the 4 P's because it is a product manufacturer. But a supermarket or a restaurant will focus primarily on the elements of the extended mix, which is the service, process, and the physical evidence. We're going to understand the meaning of these 7 P's as we go on. So these 7 elements, these 7 mixes, the 7 marketing mix, they're illustrated below here. I'm sure you are able to see. I'll try just to zoom in a bit. Okay. So these are the 7 marketing mix, or the 7 elements which constitutes the marketing mix: the product, place, price, promotion, people, process, and the physical environment. Remember that people, process, and physical environment, these are the ingredients which have been added because of the service industry. But the primary 4 elements, they're just the product, place, price, and promotion. These have been just added, but the whole kit, the whole mix is constituted of these 7. So some industries, you find that they just have to deal with the first 4. And for other industries, they need to put all the 7. So let's look at the product. What are we talking about when we talk about the product? So there is a temptation for you to think that product only referring to projects or to objects, sorry. It's only referring to objects which are tangible. But in marketing, product, they refer to anything that can be offered for attention or acquisition in a capable of satisfying an identified need. Yes, so when we talk of a product in marketing, we don't just mean a tangible object, no, but anything that is capable of satisfying an identified need. That one, we can call it a product. For example of this, excuse me, for those that are in the insurance industry, you understand to say that they have got products there, like the educational products, the life cover products, and the savings and investment products. They call them products because they satisfy a certain need, but they're not tangible objects, no. So when we talk about the product, we do not just refer to tangible objects, no, but anything that can be offered for attention or acquisition and it is capable of satisfying an identified need. That thing, it can be called a product. So the product is very important because it is what the company presents to the customers for attention. So if the product is wrong, customer will not buy, and the company will lose its market share. So the product is so critical to the success of the company, such that all planning revolves around it. So for the company, as we say, the marketing mix is constituted of these 7 things. The first one is the product. The product, what kind of product are you offering? Because everything revolves around that. You may be a good company, but if the product which you are offering actually they're useless or they're not of importance, they're not valued, you're actually just wasting your time. So because everything revolves around that, you must make sure that you take this one into consideration of the kind of a product. Let's come to the second mix, which is the price. So price is key element of marketing mix because it represents on a unit basis what the company receives for the product that is being marketed. So this is more like it expresses the value, what is being exchanged. If I don't have got the product, but now when it comes to the price, showing how valuable that product is, it will be expressed in the price. You may be producing the same products. Let's say maybe you go to this particular shop or the particular company, the techno company, you find that the phone looks to be of the same, how can I put it? I can say it's the same phone, same size, and it looks to be almost the same. They are both Technos and the same version and everything. But when you ask the price for this other one, you hear that it's 1,700. The other one, you hear that is 2,800. What differentiates those? That is, the price is what is going to tell you how the differences which are in those particular products, regardless or despite them looking to be equal in size. So price, as you can see, it is a very important element. It is a very important element in any transaction because it makes the exchange worthwhile. So it's an element which is very much important. It generates revenue for the company, the price. So not only does it show how valuable that product is, but it does what? Not only does it show you how valuable the product is, but it is revenue for the company. As I stated earlier, most of the companies or these profit organizations, they exist primarily, their purpose is to generate what? Profit, to make money. So price is what makes money to the particular company. So the marketers, they need to be very clear about pricing objectives, methods, and the factor that influence pricing setting. Sometimes the prices is associated with what? The costs. How did you arrive to this particular price when you are saying this particular thing or this phone is costly 1.7? How did you arrive to that? Maybe it's because of the costs which have gone on that particular phone. Now, because price, they affect the value that customers perceive they get from buying a product, it can be very much important. It can be an important element in the purchasing decision. So everything which is being sold, you'll find that the value of it is stated in the price. You want to buy tomatoes, you see tomatoes, if at all tomatoes that are damaged, they are yet to go bad, you find that they tend to be cheap. That shows the value. But if at all you have a fresh tomato, the price of it is high. So in short, we say price is an expression of value, and companies use price to differentiate the value of their products and service. Take note of that one. Let's come to the other mix, which is promotion, which is the third one. So this particular element is responsible for informing the target audience by creating awareness of the existence of product or service and the benefit it gives to the customers. Take, for instance, in your case as a consumer, you make product choice because you have knowledge about the price and the benefits you can derive from the product of your choice. So this happens because the company makes sure that the information of the product is made available to the target audience. There are times when you can have, just to show you how important the issue of promotion. The issue of promotion is just how the information about what you are offering, how it is reaching, or for it to reach your customers. It needs to reach your customers. This one is in line with the advertisement. Just to show you how important they are. The issue of promotion or advertising. Do you know that there are some companies or some things? I remember the time I was at school, I was in university. We used to have the next door, or my neighbors, they used to sell tomatoes. Just a nearby, like my neighbor, they used to sell tomatoes. But because the other room, we didn't know that they were selling tomatoes, they didn't advertise to us, but they were selling. We used to move a distance which was about 10 minutes to go and buy tomatoes to other rooms, because that was the information that we had, that those people, they were selling what? They were selling tomatoes. So you see how important the issue of promotion is. So if at all your audience, they don't have the information that these are the things which you are actually selling, you will lose out. So what you need to understand, that this communication or the issue of advertising, it is not just done anyhow, but it is a well-planned and structured, so that it creates the desired response from the target audience. The other mix is the place. So when we talk about the place, this concerns the decision about the distribution channel. In other words, what we are talking about is that this is concerned with how goods and services will be accessed by customers in a convenient manner. How are the customers going to access what you are actually producing? There are times when you can produce things, but if at all you haven't aligned yourself strategically, the customers or your customers may fail to reach or to access your services or your products. I'll give you an example of how this one is very much important, or the example of what we have seen so far. Have you noticed how the mobile money agents, how they align themselves? You'll find that they will be along the road because they know that that is where people usually pass, like the to and fro. You'll find that they will align themselves along those roads so that customers, as they come, people whom they are targeting, they do pass through that. You won't find a mobile money agent who put maybe who put the mobile money just on the yard where there are just a few people passing or using that particular road. They will have to shift to go to the market, to go to a place where they see that here at least what we are looking for, what we are looking for, the people who can access these products or these services of ours, they do pass there or they can access us. So it is even with the other example is with the guest houses. Very few guest houses are you going to find in compounds, like these compounds with the low profile of so kind people. You'll find that guest houses in most cases they're in towns and near the stations, because they know that most of the people who need the guest rooms are people who are traveling and the people who are maybe visiting those particular things. So you find that the place is also an important mix in the marketing. Know how you are aligning your business, the place where you have put the branches, where you put your particular the outlet, or rather the branch. It's very much important so that your customers, they can easily access you. Failure to that, you find that it will be of no use, because the products which are being produced, they are useless if at all they are in the hands of the producer. So they are just important if they reach those products. They are valuable when they reach the targeted person, who are your customers. So the location where your shops is put, you need to be very much sure that it's a good location so that your customers can access those. The other mix are the processes. So when you come to the processes, I hope we understood that we have jumped to the first mix. We had the 4 mixes. Now 3 mixes were added because of the service, those who are in the service industry. So the systems and the processes of the organization affect the execution of the services. So you have to make sure that you have well-tailored processes in place to minimize the cost. It could be an entire sales funnel, a pay system, distribution system, and other systematic procedures and steps to ensure a working business that is running effectively. So the activities that take place from the time an order is made to the actual collection of goods constitute a process. So that is what we call the process. When we are talking about the process, we are just talking about what happened from the time, what happens from the time the customer gets your good or they pay for the good to the time actually that particular good is delivered. So if the process is not efficient, the company can lose sales. I'll give you the example for restaurants or the takeaways. If what happens is that from the time you place an order that you need a particular dish, maybe the process is cumbersome or you don't like the process. What are you going to do? You want to get back to that particular company, or if at all it's a long process, the people who provide, they try to complicate things. Even in the banking industry, banking sector, those for you to access a loan or for you to access your money, if the process is too long, it's cumbersome, it's overwhelming, you may be discouraged. You may be discouraged from using those particular services. So customers, they want fast things. In your shop, if the customers want to when the customers come and they buy in those particular shops, how easily are they able to access the goods? When they pay, how fast do you save them so that they can go? So the process, they are also part of the marketing mix. Very much important, please. So the other mix is the physical evidence. So in the service industry, there should be physical evidence that justify that the service was delivered. So we are talking about the physical structure. The building for your company or the business which you are doing, because it cannot be more like just exist in the world where there are no physical. There should be a physical building where it is. That matters a lot. That matters a lot to the customers. So the office premises have an impact on the image of the company and may determine the type of customers that a company will have. For example, if at all a restaurant, like the building itself is not of the standard, or maybe the things which are being used to that particular restaurant, we're talking of the kind of chefs which are there, or the utensils which are being used, maybe they're dirty or they're not clean. That matters to a particular, that matters to a customer. So if the physical building is not of good quality, you find that the customers may be discouraged from consuming the services which are being provided or the products which are being provided to that particular, in that particular company. Just for your own information, or I don't know if you have noticed this, especially for restaurants and guest houses, mostly the price of the goods and services or which are being provided in those particular institutions, you find that they are not actually dependent on the costs of production, but on the standard of the building. If a restaurant is built well, like the tiles, the chef, and everything which is there is of good standard, you find that even the prices of meals which are being cooked in that particular restaurant are quite expensive. You enter in some businesses or in some restaurant, you find Fanta. If you are to buy Fanta, or maybe you are buying a meal, a fish, let's say a fish which you are able to buy at 50 kwacha in some restaurants, you'll buy it at 90 kwacha in the other restaurants, yet the same fish and same ingredients, but the standard of the building matters a lot. So it is even with guest houses. The sleep which you enjoy when you go to almost all these guest houses, it's almost the same. But the building itself, how well it is inside, how clean it is, the kind of workers which are found there, the blankets they use. So you find that the standard of that building is what is going to determine even the prices. The same building, or the sleep which you enjoy from these buildings or these guest houses, if I told you had to go there, almost the same. But what differentiates is the standard. What differentiates the price is the standard of the building. So the physical building, the physical structure, it matters a lot to customers. Then we come to people. People, when we talk to people, when you talk about people in the mix of marketing, we are talking about the employees which are found to that particular company. Because the understanding here is that each and every company, there are employees who do the actual work, who deliver the services to, or who deliver the services or the products to the customers. So if at all these people, they are not done well, the kind of people who has been employed to this particular company, they are not qualified well. That may alter, or that may cause an impact to the product or the service. So you need to have qualified personnel, qualified employees, for them to be able to deliver the product. So you can have a good price, good quality of physical structure, good product, good everything. But if at all the people, the employees, the agents who has been put to deliver these services or the products to the customers, these are not good, they are not well qualified, that may affect the sales of that particular company. That is what we talk when we say people. So people, the employees, that is also have to be taken into consideration when we are dealing with marketing. What kind of people are you employing so that they can deliver the goods? Because these are the final people. Those who are in the production, they're going to do their work. But even if everything is well there, but the people, the agents, are not doing their work perfectly, that may affect the sales of that particular business. So marketing management orientation, I think I'm going to break a bit here. I'm going to break a bit here. Okay. So let's talk about the marketing management orientations. So marketing concepts or marketing management philosophies are philosophies which are used in businesses to guide their marketing effort. Basically, marketing concepts relate to philosophy a business uses to identify and fulfill the needs of its customers, benefiting both the customer and the company. So there are 5 marketing management orientations, which are known as 1, the production concepts, production concept, product concept, sales concept, marketing concept, and the social marketing concepts. So I'm going to explain each of these so that you get to understand what they really mean when we talk about them in the marketing management orientations. These philosophies, they are very much important, very much important. Yeah, let's start with the production concept. So this concept works on the assumption that consumers prefer a product which is not expensive and it is widely available. That is the production concept. The assumption is that consumers, they prefer a product which is not expensive and widely available. So as such, this concept, they concentrate much on the production. They will have to produce more because they believe that the customers, what is in their mind is that they prefer products which are not expensive. So for products to be not expensive, we need to supply more. So let's produce more, and for the products to not to be expensive and to be readily available. So they don't care about the quality of the product. All what they care is to increase production so that they can make the products cheaper and available and readily available to the customer. So such kind of companies, they even enjoy the economies of scale. The economies of scale is the advantages which they get for them big company. They can increase the prices. Once they increase the prices because they're a big company, they don't lose that much. They can also reduce the prices. Even if they reduce the prices, they won't be affected. They cannot be out of the market because they're a big company. You find that a particular product, let's say, let me give an example of, let's say, bread. If a company it is big, they can produce the same bread. They can produce a bread and sell it at 8 kwacha. The same bread which is selling at 8 kwacha to this particular company because it is big, go to the other company, the same bread, they're selling it at 15 kwacha. Because they are a small company, they cannot reduce. Once they reduce the prices of that, they will be out of the market. They'll be extinct. But because this company is big, they enjoy the economies of scale. They can enter the production, they can enter the prices, whichever way they want. So companies who are in this, these are companies whose market is spread all over the world. And we are talking of companies having an advantage of monopoly. For instance, Zesco in the country. Those they fall under this, the production concept. Their main aim is just to produce because they are alone in the country. Even if they produce whatever amount of electricity, it will be readily available. So what they need is them just to continue in the production. They don't care about the quality. They don't care about anything. All what they're concerned is that's it, the production. So this philosophy, it only works when the demand is more than the supply. If the demand for that particular good or service in that particular area is more than the supply, then the company, you can just concentrate solely on production. So the next, the other concept is the product concept. The product concept works on the assumption that customers prefer products of greater quality. And the price and availability, that doesn't influence the purchase decision. All what they are concerned is that the product should be of good good quality. They don't care about these others. And the example of this kind of companies who are in this are those who are in the technology industry. All what they are concerned is the quality. They don't care about whether the product is available. They don't care as to whether the product is cheap, but as long as it's of good quality. It can be expensive, but as long as it's of good quality, they know and understand that there are customers who are concerned about the good qualities. So sometimes you can find that it's a phone, but if at all it's of low quality things, sometimes they tend to lose value. And that even people without money, they say, this one is a gonga. No, I want this one. They want of good quality things because they understand that they are durable. So they're not concerned much about the price, but what they are concerned of is the good quality, because they understand their customers, what they are concerned of good quality, not actually the price. Price is not a problem to them. Selling or sales concepts, another concept. This one, it focuses. So the product, the production and product concept, they focus on production, but the selling concept focuses on marketing and actual sale of the product. This one now, it focuses on the sale itself of that product. Selling concept focuses on making every possible sale of the product, regardless of the quality of the product or the need for the customer. They don't care whether the customer needs that particular product, or maybe the product is of good quality, or maybe whatever it may be. Their concern is just for them to sell. So they're mainly focused on money, to make money. And the example of these are insurance companies. They say these are short-sighted because all what they want is to make it a sale. They are not more concerned about they're not more concerned about the customers' needs, but for them just to make a sale. They should make a sale so that they remain in the business. And because of this, these companies, they are said to be short-sighted. Short-sighted because their main concern is just only making a sale. So they don't exist, or they don't last in business. It is. So all what they will do is to make sure that they get agents or sales people who can go and sell the products. Their main focus is just on sales. Let's sell. So they don't care about the production. They don't care about the what. They don't. All what they're looking for making the sales. So the marketing concepts were yet to be done. Marketing concepts, selling concepts cannot let the company last long in the market. It's a customer's market after all. So to succeed in this century or in this era, one has to produce a product to fulfill the needs for the customer. Hence, the emerging of the marketing concept. These concepts works on the assumption that the customers buy products which fulfill their needs. Businesses following the marketing concepts conduct researches to know about customers' needs and wants, and come out with the product to fulfill the same better than the competitors. So the marketing concepts, or what it is all about identifying the needs for the customer and go on and producing that particular product which will fulfill the needs for that customer. That's what the marketing concept is all about. So with this one now, you can last in the business. These they last in the business because they know they are all about finding a need first from the customers, and then they go on to produce it for them. So companies which are in the perfect competition are examples of those that use this concept. The perfect competition, we're talking about those that are in the who are found that they're actually not alone producing that particular good. There are a lot of them. That is the perfect competition market. And the companies that want to stay in the market for a long time, an example of this. So in summary, the difference between the two are the selling concept focuses on the needs of the seller, while the marketing concept focuses on the needs of the buyer. The other one, the needs of the seller. The other one, the needs of the buyer. That is the two, or that is the major difference between these two concepts. So the last concept is the societal making concept. So the societal making concept is all about caring for the well-being of the society. When you are doing the business, the society should also benefit from that. So the business focuses on how to fulfill the needs of customers without affecting the environment, the natural resources, and focusing on society's well-being. So this philosophy believes that the business is part of the society and hence should take part in the social services like eliminating poverty, eliminating illiteracy, controlling explosive population, even creating some employment. So many of the big companies have included the corporate social responsibility as part of their marketing activity. So they tried by all means to make sure that in as much as they are producing whatever they are producing, or their products should make sure that they also concentrate on adding value to the society. So this is where this unit ends. I hope you find it, you have learned one or two things in this one about the processes, about what marketing is. And this time around, I'm sure you're no longer confused of what marketing is. Marketing is all about just identifying. It's the process which starts from identifying the needs of the customer. Then you go on and producing that particular need. After you produce that particular product which will satisfy the needs of that, and then you go on and sell it. Not just the issue of advertising. So advertising, packaging, production, all those are just a part of marketing. Marketing is a broad concept. So we're going to enjoy more as we go further in the training of this particular course. Otherwise, I thank you very much for you who managed to join in. Thank you. Have a good day.